better than that. Got nice lips. I'm moving so different. What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 84 of Psychotic and Iconic. Paul's here.
94, Christ.
94.
Wow.
Paul's here along with my... What'd I say?
You're so sour.
84? My fault.
He wants to go back in time.
Paul's here along with my co-host Nick Theories, Mikey P, and Philly Phil. Thank you to everybody that's tuned into the live stream. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and do it. Thank you to everybody that likes, follows, and subscribes to all of our platforms. If you haven't subscribed already, I don't know what you're waiting for. Mikey P, start us off for 94.
It's Sour Hour here at P&I as usual.
That's how I live.
Courtesy of Paul's. And this episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, your home for daily fantasy sports. New players who sign up today using our promo code ICONIC receive an 100% instant deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy made easy. Also, we are live at the Props Network at propshq.com, where you need to go and subscribe right now to keep up with this group. Last but not least, gentlemen, you know what we're wearing tonight.
It's regular to me, man. It's fantastic fabric. Get yours now. Available.
Okay?
Bring it, baby.
So we got...
Bring it, baby.
For those who don't know, we're going to keep pushing this shit, right? IPP Pressworks, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Thank you very much. That's where the merch is from. We have black and gray tanks, t-shirts, short sleeve and long sleeve, and then hoodies, as well as customized mugs where they are white with our logo on it, and you can get your name on there too. Okay? Wow. Yo.
Welcome back.
Tom, where you been?
Welcome back.
Where you been? Live in the comments. Don't forget to share the stream tonight. And also, we always encourage your comments. And now I actually have something I gotta say. Oh. Somebody's
Regular degular. You can't help
So,
yourself.
I promised you guys that I would do this. For those Kyler Murray fans out there, this is interesting. This is in his contract language, okay? His new $230.5 million contract. Yes, I read that correctly. 230.5. It requires 4 hours of independent study of game film every week. Have you ever seen anything like that in contract language in the NFL?
Nah, I think it's a slight. It's like Jamarcus Russell when they were putting the tape on the CDs to see if he studied film.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Who would leak that out from the Cardinals camp? I mean, that's
about that. I can go on for hours.
mad disrespect.
I don't think they trust that. To me, it sounds like they know they shouldn't have gave him the contract, but their hands are tied and they don't trust him.
Why is your hands tied? Do we have to go back to this?
I don't know if I would go that far, but that's just like, okay, you shouldn't have to motivate an NFL quarterback to get into the film room.
Character concerns.
You pay somebody
That is a little,
$230.
that's concerning.
You
right
pay
there.
somebody $230.5 million, and you have concerns. It don't make any sense to me.
I know, that's what we're saying.
4 hours isn't enough, by the way. Independently. I mean, Tom Brady does probably...
Who's this report from?
This is on Bleacher Report. Courtesy of... Let's see. Who was it?
That can't be real. I just don't. I don't.
It does not say who. The source is not there.
I believe it.
Why would you believe that?
I don't think it came out of nowhere.
There's no way the Cardinals let that leak. There's no way. And there's no way his agent's going to let that leak. So I wonder if it's valid too. But still, if that's true, mad disrespect. Mad disrespect.
I love it. I was so happy.
I mean, that's unbelievable. All right, next.
This cat.
The PFF 50 rankings. The best 50 players in the NFL right now. It came out, what, Friday? I think it was Friday. And we have a couple of gripes that we're going to start with. Who wants to lead off?
Start it off, Nick. Go regular.
This man's at number 8 in the rankings. It's pretty, honestly, I knew you guys were going to have an issue with this. So, number 8 in the rankings. Go ahead and tell everybody, guys.
Tom Brady's number 8. And I don't understand it. You got Josh Allen ahead of him. He hasn't won shit. Patrick Mahomes lost to him in the Super Bowl. Hasn't won shit.
Oh, you're going one by one.
Oh, yeah, I'm going one by one. Devontae Adams at 4 ahead of Brady. I mean, Brady changes your whole franchise. Does Devontae Adams change your whole franchise?
We're about to find out.
Okay.
Actually.
Number 3, Aaron Rodgers. When was the last time he won a Super Bowl?
Oh,
All right, cool. Trent Williams at number 2. Is he more valuable than Tom Brady? Is he better than Tom Brady? I mean, what are we talking about here? And then you got Aaron Donald. So you would rather have a D tackle over Tom Brady? I'm sorry. I'm not buying this. I don't understand this list. This list is bullshit.
Well, also, not for nothing. I mean, PFF, they have their issues here and there. But Zach Martin, number 9. I watched the Cowboys plenty this year. And he looked like a guy in decline. He's not bad. Like, he's a quality starting guard. But top 10 in the entire league amongst all positions. Give me a fucking break. You got to check your ranking system. You got to check whatever analytics they're doing. That's not right. I promise you that's not right. Trent Williams was amazing last year, but number 2, I would have no problem if he was on the back half of that number 10. And Travis Kelce, not for nothing, I love the guy, but there's guys that had a better season last year and are more valuable than a tight end. And I love Travis Kelce.
You know who I feel is a little too low too? Cooper Kupp. First Triple Crown winner since 05.
Where did he end up?
13.
Yeah, I mean, I see Myles Garrett's at number 12. He's easily top 10. Easily. Jalen Ramsey, I mean, last time I checked, he was getting burned in the Super Bowl. He's at 14.
What do they base this? What is this based off of?
Corny analytics.
I mean, because
honestly,
how do you compare defensive linemen to running backs? Like, how do you know who's a better player? I don't understand where they go.
So they're going off of grades, and it's PFF's WAR system. Wins above replacement. I mean,
I just, to me, it doesn't even make any sense how you can go. How can you compare Myles Garrett and Cooper Kupp? Like, how is Myles Garrett at 12 and Cooper Kupp at 13? Like, where is the ranking system?
Yeah,
what is the
grading system the same for all positions? Like, what, you know, yeah, is there?
I'm confused.
I'm sure that there's a bunch of involved techniques here. But the point is there seems to be some flaws. All right, we don't need to hash this out any longer. Philly Phil, you want to bring up that last link right there in the opener? Devontae Adams had some stuff to say. He's on some other shit here. Scroll down a little bit, Phil. Yeah, there you go. Devontae Adams said this, guys. Switching from Aaron Rodgers to Derek Carr. Anytime you change quarterbacks from Hall of Famer to Hall of Famer, it's going to be a little bit of an adjustment. Excuse me? He tried to walk these comments back, and it sounded all right, but come on, guys. I mean, look, we like Derek Carr here. We like him. Hall of Famer? Come on. I'm tired of this whole, like, hey, let me butter up my quarterback shit, and Tyreek Hill still hasn't shut up.
Before I give my answer, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
What was his walk back? What did he say?
He was, okay, I'm going to have to open this up. He basically was saying, like, I want to get him into the Hall of Fame one day, in summary.
Okay, so he's saying
but that's not what he said in the original quote. That was not even close.
No, he just saw what they were saying, and then he decided to walk it back.
Yeah.
He's trying to predict
he got a taste of the Tyreek Hill medicine.
He was trying to predict the future. What's wrong with that?
The medicine is a plant, by the way. Because I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand why why can't you just say that he's good or he's very good?
I know,
Why do you have to go to he's a Hall of Famer?
Like, we don't have to go to astronomical lengths here. We know that Derek Carr, half his career has been pretty mediocre and half has been pretty good. It's on the upswing. He should be good this year. He's not even close to the Hall of Fame.
He's been in the league 8 years. He has 3 Pro Bowls.
And then there's some people that try to justify. They're like, okay, well, if we go with that narrative where I want to make him into a Hall of Famer, it's just like when the Raiders, they got Rich Gannon late career, and he suddenly put together some MVP seasons and MVP caliber seasons. I mean, he had one.
Boy.
But I mean, he put himself near that conversation. But that's way far out. This guy is 31, Derek Carr, and he's nowhere near right now. He would need like another decade of Great performance.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame
Why?
performance.
What if he wins
He's
the
not
Super
even
Bowl?
close numbers-wise.
What if he wins a Super Bowl?
He could be Trent Dilfer.
Well, what?
Wow.
That automatically gets you in if you win a Super Bowl? He's got to have the whole body of work, you know?
He's going to have 200 touchdowns this year, and he's already got almost 32,000 passing yards. He's got years left. He's only 31. You just
Yeah,
said it.
he's got years left.
He's got Devontae Adams. He's got Hunter Renfrow. He's got Darren Waller. He's gonna have a good year this year.
I know that. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer though. I don't think.
I'm not saying
I don't
that.
even think he's close.
I'm not
he's
saying.
not.
But if he fuck around and he wins a Super Bowl, then you're gonna change.
No, I'm not.
Why wouldn't
If
you?
he won a Super Bowl, I wouldn't put him in the Hall of Fame.
Why?
His
I
stats
don't
aren't even
think
close.
I don't think he's Hall of Fame worthy. Like I don't think this is a Matt Stafford situation. Like Matt Stafford needed
No,
a Super
but-
Bowl, and he's now a guaranteed Hall of Fame.
But what if Derek Carr balls out these next couple years and he wins a Super Bowl? I'm talking like MVP caliber
So
level.
for the next 4 years,
I'm just saying, an MVP caliber. He's
4,500
got
yards.
Devontae Adams. He should.
I don't know.
The weapons around him are there.
He would legitimately though have to take a leap after 8 years.
He needs
like
a lot of stats.
You generally don't
to get
see
there.
quarterbacks take a leap 8 years into
He's
their career.
57 and 70. Aren't you guys all about QB wins? He's 57 and 70.
Eli Manning is 500.
Eli Manning should not get in, but he's
he's
going to get in
500.
because he's got counting stats and he's got
Well,
the
he has
Super
two Super
Bowls.
Bowls.
That's what I'm saying. So what if Derek Carr wins a Super Bowl?
But he don't have the counting stats yet. He's a long way away. He's a
what?
while from there.
the counting stats.
Yeah, counting stats.
I don't understand.
He don't have longevity with his numbers. It's not even close. He's not even near Eli's numbers.
I'm just saying, if he plays really, really well these next couple of years and they win the division, because their division's hard as hell.
Yeah, they're not winning the division.
I'm hypothetically speaking here. They got Devontae Adams. You don't know. How do you know? I'm
But
just saying.
hypothetically,
He's
Nick-
backing up his quarterback by saying he thinks he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. There ain't nothing wrong with that. He's just backing his teammate up.
That's almost as bad as Tariq Hill yesterday saying that.
Wouldn't you want your quarterback to play at a Hall of Fame level for you guys to win?
Yes, but you have
So
to do
that's
it
what
with
he's trying to
honesty.
bring. He's trying to give him that actual courage.
Is that-
What?
I don't think Derek Carr
What?
needs the courage.
I
He
think-
was great last year. He don't
But
need to
I
be
still
motivated
think-
extra for to be
I
Hall
still
of Fame
think
level
that
this
matters.
year.
I still think that matters. If my boy said that to me, then I would actually feel some type of way about that. I would feel good.
I would feel good.
I would feel juiced up.
I
I,
don't
would
think
feel like I gotta go. I'm ready to go.
That wasn't the quote that he said, though. He
What
said,
did he
I'm going
say?
from Hall of Fame quarterback to Hall of Fame quarterback. If I say I'm going
then
to
he
McDonald's
walked back
and then I
his-
turn in Deptford and I'm going to McDonald's in Marlton, I'm still going to McDonald's.
But he walked back his comments. But his comments were meant to project his career.
No, they
outlook.
weren't. No, that was him. That was him.
That's what I-
getting
it was the walk
crushed.
back.
The
That was
walk
him
back,
getting crushed.
exactly. So I'm
But the
I'm
walk
looking at.
back was only needed because he got blown the fuck up. That's why he had to walk it back.
If he believes his quarterback can be a Hall of Fame quarterback, who are we to knock him?
Oh my
don't
God!
think
Look
he
at
will,
what
though.
Tom just said. Joe Judge will be a Hall of Fame coach with a ring.
Yo, Joe Judge has a couple of rings with the Patriots as an assistant.
All right,
He
now I'm
does.
done. I'm
What?
done.
What's wrong with
Wait,
that?
can I change the subject? How was your weekend, guys? Besides me beating Philly Phil in golf
Making memories,
yesterday.
baby.
You beat me like 2 strokes.
4 strokes, but
Balls.
it's okay.
Made some memories.
Made some memories. Yeah, P and I was live at Memories on Saturday night.
It was lit.
How'd we not get a picture? What else happened, guys?
Sour.
What else happened? Philly Phil? You have any idea?
I knew this was coming today.
Wait, it's not. Is it up on the screen?
Nah,
No, it's on the
They
broadcast.
can see it.
I knew this was coming today.
I didn't do it. I did not do it. You are beautiful. Look at you, man. You got grace when you walked in.
Unreal. I fucking knew this was coming.
I didn't do it.
Look, I'm dapping up my homeboy in a romper. That's crazy.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
inspirational.
Thank you. Look, I'm filming him in back. Damn, man.
Fun
I was
times.
not responsible for that.
It's okay.
Just letting you know.
It's okay.
I'm doing my job here, but I did not.
It's okay. Revenge tour.
I like that. That's
Listen.
good. That's how you should. That's how
But
you.
I'm-
That's how you should always arrive.
Next January, I'm
Exactly.
going to be
He
hoisting
had
the trophy.
supreme energy, even in a romper. You see that? He walked in there with grace. Now, this happens in fantasy. Even the best players, like ourselves, it happens. You can have bad luck one year. It happens. It's a game of luck.
It does happen.
And this man,
It happened to me.
eesh, Yeah, he had some bad luck. So it happens.
That was courtesy
he's-
of Just Ant, by the way, too. I stole that from him.
Oh, wow.
Oh, damn, it wasn't you?
At Just
I thought it
Ant.
was you.
Okay.
No.
That's our guy. He's you hear this intro music? This is Just Ant too. At Just Ant.
How many
Follow
of
him.
us?
How many of us?
Oh my God. Rob should have cut up my P&I gear and made the romper out of it. At least it would have gotten worn.
It's in my car, dude. I forgot to bring it to him again.
How? He lives around the corner. What the fuck wrong with you?
Super Silver Haze.
See, man, you're hurting our ratings.
Yeah.
There must be like a behind the scenes punishment I'm missing here. Anyway, we got to get to our show, all right? Philly Phil, you know what to do.
I hate that fantasy cat. Nah, I love it.
You guys have a great league, man.
It's unbelievable.
ESPN dropped top 10 tight end rankings. And as we promised, we'd be covering all the offensive positions, top 10 at each. This is just strictly like, hey, best of the best. This is the rankings. They are courtesy of league executives, coaches, scouts, and players. So ESPN put this list out about a week or so ago. We are wrapping it up tonight with our top 10 tight ends. Now here is ESPN. All right. This is actually a little bit easier than the other positions. Okay. But I'll let you guys, I'll let you describe your experience when we get there. So here's ESPN's list according to league executives, coaches, scouts, and players. Top 10 tight ends. Honorable mention, Mike Gesicki, Pat Freiermuth, Zach Ertz, David Njoku. All right. Number 10, Hunter Henry. Number 9, Dawson Knox. Number 8, Dalton Schultz. Number 7, TJ Hawkinson. Number 6, Dallas Goedert. Number 5, Kyle Pitts. Number 4, Mark Andrews. Number 3, Darren Waller. Number 2, Travis Kelce. Top 10 overall player according to PFF. But he's not the number 1 tight end. George Kittle is, according to ESPN. Number 1, George Kittle. Okay? Are you guys ready?
Wow.
Yes, sir. Born.
I don't know how much debate's going to come out of this.
Not much. It's tight ends.
But, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Who wants to start?
I'll start us off. Number
Wait,
10.
actually, I always say this, and then I got to get to my list. Hold on. Sorry. All right, go ahead.
All right. Number 10, Dalton Schultz. Number 9, Mike Gesicki. Number 8, Dawson Knox. Number 7, Dallas Goedert. Number 6, Kyle Pitts. Number 5, TJ Hawk. Number 4, George Kittle. Number 3, Darren Waller. Number 2, Mark Andrews. And number 1, Travis Kelce.
All right. There's Paul's top 10 tight ends in the NFL. Mr. Theories.
Yeah, this is the official top 10 tight ends over here. I got number 10, Dawson Knox. Number 9, Mike Gesicki. Number 8, Dalton Schultz. 7, TJ Hawkinson. 6, Dallas Goedert. 5, Kyle Pitts. 4, George Kittle. 3, Darren Waller. 2, Mark Andrews. And number 1, of course, Travis Kelce. That ain't no cat.
All right. Thank you, Nick Theories. That is Nick Theories' top 10 tight ends in the NFL right now. And last but not least, myself, here is Mikey P's top 10 tight ends. Honorable mentions, Dalton Schultz and Dawson Knox. Honorable mentions. Okay. 10, Mike Gesicki. 9, Hunter Henry. 8, Zach Ertz. 7, TJ Hawkinson. 6, Dallas Goedert. 5, Kyle Pitts. 4, Mark Andrews. 3, Darren Waller. 2, George Kittle. And number 1, I agree with both of you, Travis Kelce.
I almost put Andrews.
I couldn't do it.
I
couldn't do
it's
it.
because Kelce is...
I've seen Kelce for years.
That's exactly what
to
it
me,
is.
it's just he's been the best tight end.
It's just Andrews, man, is... I don't understand how he's not second. I just don't get it. He's so good.
It's like the top 4
They're interchangeable in a sense.
bunched together at this point. And Mark Andrews is in that top 4 now. He was not there last year going into the season. And he probably had the best season of everybody in that grouping, statistically.
Yes.
I think this kind of boils down to blocking.
Yeah, I mean, how much do you value blocking?
yeah.
Because if you do, then Mike Gesicki's out of this he's basically another wide receiver. I put him in there because of his impact on the game.
Yeah.
I think he makes a greater impact than Dalton Schultz and Dawson Knox. Although you can argue Dawson Knox had a lot of big plays last year.
He was a fucking touchdown machine.
He was.
Year.
Yeah.
I think part of it was this guy. I don't want to say it's luck. I think he's athletic, but he can't block for shit either. And it's part of it's a scheme. He was wide open. I mean,
Who?
Dawson Knox.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's I know.
But he makes tough catches, though.
He can.
He makes
But
them
Mike
in traffic.
Gesicki
That's
makes
what I
it.
can respect.
Mike Gesicki makes it over him because Mike Gesicki beats one-on-one coverage way better, for me. So,
I'm actually kind of shocked that Dallas isn't paying Schultz. I think he's pretty good, to be honest.
and that honestly, I have him and Knox in honorable mentions because I want to see him do it again, and I want to see him do it with consistency. Because Schultz disappeared in the second half of the season. Now his market, like, if he goes in the free agent market right now, he's going to get paid. They're making a mistake again, waiting to sign these guys. His value is only going to be elevated. He's the number 2 receiver in Dallas right now.
You know what's funny on the
Which is crazy.
on the honorable mentions? I really don't understand the Njoku love.
I'm with you.
He just doesn't do it and he got paid.
Honestly, he has not lived up to his potential. Part of it's because they don't throw to tight ends enough. But, I mean, he barely surpassed Austin Hooper on the depth chart. I guess this is, 2 years ago?
Yep.
He just really hasn't made his mark. Like, he's got great athletic ability. He got paid.
The Browns took a tight end in the 4th round.
And he's
I'm with you on that. I would put Cole Kmet in there in that conversation.
Cole Kmet's good.
As far as honorable mentions. I
It's
actually think
just
he's
the
really
Bears
good.
are just.
Yeah, I know.
They were
I
dumpster
get
fire.
it, but
Either.
like he's got a lot of potential, man. When I watch this kid play, dude, I'm like, damn, I want to pick him up in fantasy a little bit sometimes. But
Well, if you made a list
he's
of
a good player.
projecting ahead, those two could be on it because obviously there's plans for both of them. Obviously, you
one-
don't pay Njoku if you don't have plans for him.
And you know who also I think is who's kind of underrated? He just got hurt. Noah Fant.
Yeah,
Noah Fant is really good.
He is
So
underrated.
honestly, like just talent-wise, I like him better than my 2 honorable mentions. I like him better than probably the final 2 in my top 10, but he's got to stay on the field.
I know.
And also, look where he's at now. I mean, look who he's going to have throwing to him. And this is another guy. He just hasn't lived up to the ceiling yet. He hasn't done it.
For whatever reason.
Like, I'm not going to take Zach Ertz out of there because he had a poor, 4 or 5 games to start the season. Look what he did once he got to Arizona.
So
he was separating still. He's making tough catches. He was a security valve for Kyler Murray.
I was going to mention that. I actually think he played well at the end of the year.
I think he still got it.
He was a fantasy starter as soon as he went to Arizona.
He was in the top 10. I remember we had this conversation. Him and Goddard both
Well,
had an uptick in value.
I started the season with him, and then I dropped him because he was doing so poor on the Eagles. And the weird thing is like I'm not even a Goddard guy. I've been on record saying that. I think that contract was too much, and obviously I think.
But do you think he's talented enough to be in this? I think he's really
no,
good.
I think Goddard's very good. I just think that where they like for me with Goddard, I feel like sometimes people. I feel like when I hear Philadelphia talk about him, like they think that he has the potential to be in that top 4 group. And I
think he does.
I don't see it. I don't know why. I just don't.
He's got a good, well-rounded game, too. I mean, he can block, too.
I think he's going to do really well this year.
Yeah, I know you're high on him. I know you like him a lot, too.
Front offices, yes, you do somewhat pay for past production, but contracts are based on what you're going to get in the future.
Correct.
This guy got paid, and he looked good with Jalen Hurts at quarterback this year.
Wasn't one of the reasons that we weren't extending Ertz was because we had Goddard? Like that was a thing, wasn't it? Like they didn't want to extend.
Well, then, yeah, that's when you had to pay Goddard.
Yeah.
Because we got rid of Ertz.
Yeah.
The choice was you either trade Goddard for a high pick, which they could have done. The Vikings were supposedly interested. You could have got your 2 back, basically.
I kind of would have rather did that.
And you keep Ertz at a low salary. But, I mean, I don't want to say they totally burned the bridge because it looks like everything's good now. And they made amends at the deadline. But you could have kept Zach Ertz and just paid him less.
I probably would have been in favor of that, to be honest.
But, I mean, if he plays like he did when he was in Arizona, he could justify getting another deal. And he thinks he's worth more. But it's an interesting case. You see the value of great tight ends in this league. You see the value.
And you know what's funny? In the first couple preseason games last year, he looked good with Hurts. But like during the season, I just feel like I don't really feel like he made a lot of noise.
It was just a toxic situation in Philly for him. He needed to get out of Philly.
Yeah.
And once he did, right away, he made an impact. I mean,
Oh no, I was talking about Goddard.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Oh,
Like, I was saying
He started off.
pretty well. I was like, okay, here comes Goddard. Like it was like, all right, he's coming onto the scene. And then I just feel like he just kind of plateaued.
He just wasn't
Throughout
getting
the
enough
year.
work.
I don't know. Towards the end of the season, he started cooking.
Yeah, he
a
was
little
good
bit.
at the end of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, he just wasn't getting enough work. So
He had one bad game in the last 5 games. 2 catches for 28 yards against the Giants.
That was it.
And then after that, he had 6 catches for 105 with 2 touchdowns, 7 catches for $135. And then he had that bad game. And then he went 6 catches, 71 yards. And then 6 catches for 92 against Tampa Bay in the playoffs.
See, I
yeah,
mean,
and
I wouldn't
and he
even
blocks well. You don't
I
have to
wouldn't
worry
even-
about him blocking wise.
I wouldn't have even known that because that's what I mean. To me, it's just like quiet.
Because you want to know why he just ever since coming into the league, he just flies under the radar. But he was one of the big like every so often you hear about tight ends who get hyped up massively
Correct.
and they usually produce. He was one, but everyone thought he was going to go to Dallas. We stole him.
Yeah.
If you guys remember properly.
Well, I mean, that kind of goes hand in hand with what we were talking about with Kyle Pitts because I was saying like when he was coming out of college, they were talking about him like he was going to set the league on fire. And not for nothing, but he was middies in fantasy last year.
He turned it around, though.
He had like
He turned it
110
around.
targets, 107 targets, or something like that.
It took him a while to get going, but that was just a product of the situation, I think. And also, like, you're asking a rookie to come in and beat double coverage, which he was doing. I mean, look, he still had a 1,000-yard season.
I know.
1,000 yards on 68 catches as a tight end. He didn't get in the end zone enough.
He had what, 6 touchdowns or 4 touchdowns?
He had 1 touchdown.
Oh, never mind.
Just 1.
He had 1 touchdown.
1 touchdown. I was in London. I remember. He got into the Pro Bowl, though. 1,026 yards as a rookie. 15
That's pretty
starts.
good.
That's pretty damn good. I mean, Dallas Goedert, 14 starts, 76 targets, 56 catches, 830 yards, and 4 TDs. 830 yards in 14 games. Pretty damn good.
Well, I think the biggest stat is the 56 catches versus the 76 targets. I mean, that's 74%.
It's pretty good.
74%.
Yeah.
Right? And if you look at Kyle Pitts, he has 68 catches for 110 targets.
Yeah, catch
I don't think
percentage.
it's that far off. I mean, I actually really like Goddard's potential, especially
me
with
too.
the addition of A.J. Brown. I think he can go off this
He
year.
should eat underneath.
Absolutely.
I think he's
and
gonna
a
have a
big
huge
body.
year.
Pause.
Yeah.
And he's really good in the red zone. I think he's going to have a huge year.
I think he's only going to get better. He'll only get better.
I'm blown away by the stats that you were just telling me. I honestly, I'm an Eagles fan. I didn't
Just
even realize
flies
that.
under the radar.
74%. If you go to him, 74% completion. I mean, that's fucking good.
Yeah.
Reliable hands.
Yeah. And he's dropped a couple passes too, where it was like, fuck, he should have caught. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He always seems open though. He just
he
does
finds a
not.
way.
He just doesn't get recognized. I think this year might be his year though. So, I mean, other than that, you know, Kyle Pitts being up that high is something. I think that it's partially because of what we were just saying. He's very gifted, but I still don't like the fit there. Like, obviously they're gonna have to target him out the wazoo, but I mean, he'll have a little bit more help with Drake London over there.
I like Pitts this year.
Because, like last year, what was it? Like the only guy behind Pitts was like Olamide Zacchaeus, if I pronounced it correctly. Like that's, you know, like what do you expect? It was Cordero Patterson and Kyle Pitts, and one's a running back. What do you expect?
I don't
Still
know.
had a 1,000-yard season despite all that, and he was
Falcons aren't
ice cold for
Truthfully,
like
bro, if
9 weeks.
I was going to draft a fantasy tight end between Goddard and Pitts, I'm taking Goddard.
He's in a better situation. It's not even close.
I actually like the potential of Goddard.
Yeah,
I
me
really
too.
do.
Me too.
And I'm not saying Kyle Pitts is a bad tight end,
No.
but
Situation
he's
matters.
got Marcus Mariota.
Circumstance-
Like I'm getting Jalen Hurts, I'm getting AJ Brown on the outside, I'm getting more space, and you saw the numbers, 74% when the ball was going to him completed. That's a high percentage. So I could see his numbers going way up this year, and the touchdowns as well.
You can't really get doubled.
Exactly. Not that he probably was,
I know.
except for late in the game in the playoffs.
Yeah.
With the Bucks because they couldn't stop him.
But I'm saying, like, now you couldn't even, if you can't shadow him, you can't bring somebody up a little bit. You can't do it because you have, I mean, AJ Brown and Devontae Smith are both field stretchers.
You got to respect the speed.
But, and our
That's
running backs are fine.
Exactly right.
So let me ask you guys a question about two guys that were pretty hurt last year on this list. One being Darren Waller. Do you have any concerns about him? Because A, he's asking for a new deal, and B, I mean, only 11 starts last year. And he was not good. Let's just call it what it is. He was not good last year, but I mean, I'm sure part of it was because of the injury. And I mean, you would have expected with the way the Raiders were performing on offense, you would have expected something different here. But I mean, he goes from almost 1,200 yards with 107 catches and 9 TDs the year before, Pro Bowl. And then last year, 55 for 665, 59 catch percentage. His catch percentage dropped 14 points in one season. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not worried about him personally, but that is a pretty large drop off for this guy.
A circumstance again. With Hunter Renfrow playing well now and Devontae Adams, I just feel like, and the way Derek Carr seems to be, up in his game, Darren Waller, very similar to Goddard, he should be feasting next year.
So you're not worried about him at all physically, let's say, because that's
maybe.
I want to explain it away due to injury, but he still started 11 games, and that's mediocre production from this guy. This is a guy you expect to be all pro.
Yeah.
Theories, you worried?
I'm never worried.
I mean, this is your team right here this year. This is your breakout team, the Raiders.
I'm not worried. Why would I be worried? It's Darren Waller. He's got a lot of talent. I think he just had a bad year. It happens. You know what I mean? Like he was injured. He got that fucking injury. He was out for 6 games. That messes your whole season up, dude. That messes up the flow. That messes up the rhythm of how you train and how you go to your day-to-day job. That does affect people, especially for 6 games. So I'm honestly not worried.
Yeah.
I think he's going to come back strong, and especially with the addition of Devontae Adams, I don't see any drop off.
I think he was aggravated by that the whole year. I don't want to excuse it away because there's so many players that play hurt. So, but on the other hand, George Kittle, he missed 3 games, and he was very productive when he was around. 910 yards, 71 catches, and 14 starts, 6 TDs. Pro Bowl. And he's an unbelievable blocker. I mean, I wish I actually pulled the clip for this show. You guys know exactly which one. He bulldozed 4 people on this long TD. He might not even been blocking there, but the point is, he just does this regularly.
He's still a top tight end. And to me, it's not even.
Oh, he was getting double teamed last year too.
That's what I'm saying. There was nobody there to.
Travis Kelce's going to feel that pain this year.
I know.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, he will, but I'm not worried about him either.
I'm not worried about him, but I'm just saying he's going to feel the pain of getting double teamed.
I think he already has been.
Insane. Mega pause.
I think he already has been. That's it's going to be the same, if not maybe worse.
Getting DP'd.
God. Anyway, I think, crazy. Are you guys ready to move on? Because I think we got some debates coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Philly Phil.
Double teamed.
Change it up.
He's going to feel the pain.
Yeah, let me just put the volume up right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's
probably safe.
Pain
of getting double teamed. I can't believe I just said that.
A grown man just said that.
Yeah, I apologize for kids listening out there.
Shit. Team Tiers, and we're wrapping it up today. All right, Team Tiers, P&I segment. We've been doing this for the last 3 shows, and we have 2 more divisions left. We got AFC North and NFC North. And the goal here is we're deciding what tier all 32 teams belong in right now going into the season. And I'm going to read to you what the tiers are. Philly Phil, you got that covered already, it looks like. So everybody that is watching the show tonight, first of all, share the stream. Share. And second of all, we want your input on our team tiers. Philly Phil just posted them on the page, and I'm going to describe them for you, all right? Legit Super Bowl contenders, cream of the crop, You expect them to be in the big game, all right? Playoff runners, fringe Super Bowl, but just sort of that. You expect them to win a playoff game or two, but it's not like they can't get into the big game. You just don't expect them to, okay? It would be a surprise. The playoffs, good enough to get in, maybe even win a division, but you're not expected to go much further than just getting in, okay? Again, if they can go further, it just would be a big surprise. Close but no cigar. Fringe playoff team, but just short of that, okay? Middies! P&I special.
It's the best.
We're not middies, that's for sure.
Sticks and seeds.
AKA...
That should have been purgatory. Sticks and seeds.
Sticks and seeds. Oh, man. Middies, not a playoff team, but not dead either. Maybe fringe playoffs in the future or stuck in neutral. And last but not least, we got purgatory, the last place you want to be in, the worst of the worst, and you're either rebuilding or you flat out suck. Those are your tiers, and we're going to start with the AFC North. This is going to get interesting, guys. All right, who do we want to start with? Hold on, I'm bringing up my sheet here.
Bring it, baby.
Because we keep records. We keep
Bring it,
records
baby.
here.
We got to make that into a t-shirt. Bring it, baby.
That could be a t-shirt.
With the
Where's
Godfather's
Where's
face
Godfather,
on
man?
there.
He's a little quiet tonight.
We got to get that with the
Sour
Godfather's
hour.
name.
Nah.
Face.
Nah, whacking that bag.
Yeah, whacking that bag. Can be one.
Oh, my God.
He would love that.
You know, that face who's making this one? Like, that
Oh,
would be
yeah, he would love that.
top seller. Top
No
seller.
doubt.
All right.
Fantastic fabric.
Yeah, exactly right. Endless possibilities. Anyway,
Just a fact.
AFC North. Let's start with the Pittsburgh Steelers because they got into the playoffs last year with Big Ben basically hanging on by a limb. The tree, we called him.
Give me the tree.
Give me the tree, we said last year. So, Steelers, Mitch Trubisky expected to start. What are we thinking, guys? Who wants to lead off?
I got him as close but no cigar.
Oh, that's respectful. Care to explain?
It's Mike Tomlin. I mentioned this before. He went 8-8 with Kyle Rudolph and just abysmal quarterback play. Last year they made the playoffs with the tree, and I just feel like they have a good team. They have wide receivers. They got an awesome running back. Their defense is good. So I just I don't know. I feel like Mike Tomlin. If Matt Nagy can get a lot out of Mitchell Trubisky, I feel like Mike Tomlin can do the same.
I don't like Matt Canada, by the way. Their offensive coordinator. Not a fan. Not a fan. There you go, Godfather checking in.
Yeah.
Wax in the bag.
Yeah.
Whack the bag.
He's so
Oh,
funny.
my God.
I'm
he's
gonna
the
go.
best.
I'm the same, close but no cigar as well. I just look. I get it. They made the playoffs last year with Ben, but that leadership was still there, intact. And Trubisky fills pretty big shoes, in my opinion. Over the last 15 to 19 years of Ben, that's a long time. So for me, I think to replace him is going to be a process, and I think they're going to. I think they're going to be in some tight ball games.
Competitive team.
Yeah, I think they're going to be a competitive team.
Competitive.
They're not going to be a slouch. They could make some noise, but I got them as a fringe playoff team as of right now.
Guys, unfortunately,
Fuck is so funny.
I'm on vacation getting my balls waxed.
LOL. LOL. The LOL just kills me. Like,
Yo,
what the fuck is that?
That's unbelievable.
Like, that's insane.
That's
Oh my
fucking
God.
crazy.
LOL. Like, nothing's
and he's still
happening.
tuning in.
Like it's a regular comment.
He's still tuning in.
Yeah, like it's a regular comment.
Oh, my God.
What you got, Mike?
I have to say middies, guys, because,
Good fam?
yo, you all right?
Gagging.
Middies. Whoa, never.
It's a shame because if they did anything with this offensive line and took a step up at quarterback, they would probably be a playoff team again. Like, they have a lot of skill position talent. The defense, I feel like they're going to fix the run defense because that was awful last year, but they can rush the passer. You got TJ Watt. I mean, you still got Cam Hayward there. Like, they are close.
But no cigar.
But they're not. They're not. Like, listen, they still don't have the most important position. That's a quarterback, and the arguably second most important position is offensive line. Which after last year, I said it all year. I'm raising my voice. I said it all year to the Steelers fans. Everyone in the chat, they know this. I said it all year. This offensive line is probably the worst in football, and they did nothing. How do you do that?
Regular degular.
They decided to draft more skill position talent.
They made the playoffs last year with that, and that,
They needed
like,
a fucking miracle, though. They needed a miracle.
Hey,
And then they got
in.
waxed.
Did they get in or not?
They did.
That's the bottom line.
It was about who's going to fuck up the worst, and they didn't. They happened to not fuck up the worst, and they got in.
They got in.
I hate to do it, but I agree with them.
I mean,
They got in. The bottom line is they got in. Did they not get in?
They backed in. Yes, they got in.
So what?
I know. Okay.
So what?
I
If
would've
you
rather-
make the playoffs, you make the playoffs. What does that matter? What?
they're not going to do it this year, I promise.
What?
I had
So
them.
who?
'cause here's the
so
thing.
who deserved it over them?
The Chargers.
Did they?
Yes.
What did the record say?
Oh, we're going by record. Who's the better team?
What did the record say?
The record.
That's what you're going by.
They were. The Chargers were 8-8, right? Or were the Steelers
Chargers
8-8?
missed via tiebreaker, I
Yeah.
think.
They couldn't have been 8-8.
The Steelers had
see.
a tie. The Steelers tied the
Yeah, the
Lions.
Steelers were 9-7-1.
Yeah.
The Colts 9-8. The Dolphins 9-8. The Chargers 9-8.
Yeah. Colts should have been
Browns
more.
and Ravens 8-9.
The
I can't
Chargers
even believe
definitely.
it still. Actually,
They got in.
to this day, I
backed
still
in.
can't believe
got
they
the
got
hell
in.
in.
They tied
Bottom
the
line.
Lions.
Bottom line, they got in the playoffs.
Tied the Lions.
They played in the wild card round. Everybody else was home.
They backed into the wild card round.
Listen,
They played in the wild card.
I'm gonna give you a certified Mikey P guarantee here. Like, stamp it. Stamp this shit. They're not getting in this year.
Shit.
They're not getting in because there's just too many good teams. There's
Yeah, and
I mean,
they're not making it.
16 AFC teams and what, like 12 of them are legitimate.
They'll be in
Like,
the fight though. They're not going to be cheeks.
No, they'll be competitive.
They'll be close, but no cigar.
They're neutral. You know, they're neutral. They're fringe playoffs in the future, aka they just need a quarterback and offensive line. No big deal. Two of the hardest positions to upgrade, and they ignored. Anyway, I can't believe that, man. I feel bad for the Steelers fans, if anything. So,
I don't.
yeah, actually,
I
I
don't
don't.
either. They
You know
made
what?
the
I don't
playoffs.
either because
Wouldn't know.
they got 6 rings. Why should I feel bad? They've been spoiled, man.
That's funny. We're talking about that. Never mind.
I want to see some people commenting on this. I see Dave said close but no cigar. I want to hear from anybody that thinks they are a playoff team, okay? If you think the Steelers are a playoff team, give me a shout. Next.
Look, you're on camera, like touching me and shit. This shit's crazy.
I love you. Who's
God
next?
bless. All right, the Cleveland Browns. Who the hell knows what's going on there with the Deshaun Watson suspension? It's still not been announced. You want me to lead off here?
Yeah,
I got no problem leading off here because, you know what? It's a shame that they're going to waste away a whole season when this guy gets suspended half the season. They're not going to upgrade the quarterback position. They're going to stick with Jacoby Brissett. So, to me, it's close but no cigar. And this is a team where if they had their quarterback the whole year, they might be in Super Bowl contention. They have one of the best rosters in the entire league. Top to bottom, one of the best rosters in the whole league. I have no problem saying that. I said it last year.
Super Bowl contenders?
They would be in the conversation.
Not for me, man.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. They got a ton of talent.
Who's he gonna throw to?
Amari Cooper.
And who else?
Well, I guess we'll find out, right?
That's
David
if,
Njoku.
if all you got is Amari Cooper, then good luck.
They got the best
You ain't
run
winning
game
the
in
Bowl.
football, though.
Would they have what?
They got the best run game in
I
football.
agree with that. I agree with that. But
And
still, I don't.
it's like so exceptional that it
but
makes
Deshaun
up.
Watson's never won a big game.
Well, he's gotten to the playoffs, so
Close
and
to no
he's-
cigar, though.
Like I said, close but no cigar. This team, because you know what? How are you going to get in with Jacoby Brissett starting for 8 games?
I'm rolling them with middies. Just because of that.
That's a substantial drop off, by the way.
Yeah.
Like substantial.
oh hell yeah.
You're going from
yeah, and you know how
elite, borderline elite,
oh no.
to maybe below average quarterback.
How
He's
many-
a good backup,
how
but
many
he's not
games?
meant to start 8 games.
How many games is he suspended?
It's not official yet, but it's likely 8 games. that's the latest and greatest. I mean, there's been people saying, "Oh, it's 4 to 8." Well, that's not telling me fucking jack shit.
I know. If it's 4, we'll see.
But I
remember,
mean,
it's gonna take
he's
him-
already ready to sue the league. So like, there's a chance. What if this drags out further and he plays the whole year, and they have to deal with the legal bullshit next year? There's a chance of that.
Well,
It's the
he's
same thing that might happen with Alvin Kamara.
He's suing the league because he's trying to save face.
Probably.
Absolutely.
But also, he's trying to
in
play
my
the card
opinion,
where
that's what I think.
the league,
He's a pile of shit.
the
'Cause
league,
if not, you would just want to move the fuck on. I would.
Yeah.
the league suspends based on innocent till proven guilty. That's what they've shown us. That's how they suspend players in this league. So it's a case he might actually win, even though he shouldn't. Is it morally right? No, of course not.
It's wild, dude.
The ethics are way out of line. But I mean, like I said, the league's been doing it this way, so we'll see. We'll see.
right, well-
Until then, I got to go by what I know. I think he's going to be suspended for at least 8 games.
I got him as middies.
And it's a shame. Like I said, even Jimmy G would take this team potentially to a wild card.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go. Damn. I'll go middies too. Because even if he's suspended for 8 games, he comes back. He plays the Dolphins, which ain't going to be a slouch. Plays the Bills, the Bucks, Texans, the Bengals, the Ravens, the Saints, the Commanders, the Steelers.
They got a hard
They got a
That's
hard
a rough
schedule down
second
the
half
stretch.
schedule.
Yeah, even if he's suspended for 8 games, the rest of the season outlook it looks brutal.
And he
too.
hasn't
Yeah.
played in a year and a half.
So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's
go
definitely a
middies.
consideration.
I'm gonna go middies.
I hope the first time he gets hit, he breaks his legs.
He's gonna play Houston. He's gonna probably they're probably gonna beat Houston, but you never
Bench
know.
tour.
They
It
got
could be one of
Davis.
those. Yeah, it could be one of those games where everybody's picking Cleveland to win, and then the Texans come up and take them. It's just one of those things. I know. I'm learning, man. Don't worry.
It's the emotions.
Look out.
Yeah.
It's the emotion.
It's the
Damn
emotions.
emotions.
It's a superpower. That's all it is.
All right, well, it's a shame because this team is a waste to talk about because, like, they mean nothing at this point. They mean nothing. Like, I would have loved to see, for Browns fans alone, I would have loved to see them be a competitive team. What a shame. Waste of a roster. But now we got to move on to the Baltimore Ravens. Interesting, they finished 8-9. They were literally the 1 seed halfway through the season until Lamar got hurt. And they also, they sucked a couple of games, too, before that. So, they finished 8-9. They missed the playoffs. They were in contention until the very last week, too. If you remember, they were part of that giant-ass tiebreaker scenario that the Steelers got in on. The Ravens were next in line, but the Ravens lost that game. So,
I got them as playoff runners. I was between that and the playoffs, but, I mean, they're good, man. They're good. The
I'll
only
be
thing that
honest.
scares me is their wide receivers.
Yeah, well, they're banking a lot on Rashad Bateman.
Mid.
But after that, I mean, it's Mark Andrews and a run game.
JK.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
So, theories, what are you thinking?
I got the playoffs. Part of me wants to go close but no cigar because I don't trust their wide receivers.
I mean, this team we all had
But
as our number 1 seed to finish the season at the midway point. Obviously, that changed.
But Lamar is going to have to prove a point, especially with his contract situation. So I definitely think he can play at an MVP level. But I'm going to go playoffs for now.
All right, that's fair.
I think their defense is pretty decent as well. So they
think they're-
could be scary in the playoffs. But I just haven't seen enough from Lamar in the playoffs for me to really put them at runners right now.
So I'm going to go playoff runners, but I'll be honest, this is one of the hardest teams, if not the hardest team
It is. It's tough.
to evaluate because I think if everything goes right for them, if the receiving core is enough, I think that they're Super Bowl contenders. If everything breaks right, because the roster's loaded. Like, that wasn't the issue. The issue was every single damn key player on their team got hurt last year. And durability does matter. I mean, I can't guarantee that all these guys are going to stay healthy. It is the NFL. I mean, the Eagles had this issue quite some time ago. Every team goes through it at some point. The injury bug can be worse some years. It can't be any worse than last year. It literally can't. Like, they were down to third stringers. They still finished 8-9. My guess is they're going to be really good. I think they're going to win a division.
Shit.
Like, initially, that's my thought. But that's without looking at the schedule. And it's unofficial until we do our previews. But I think they are a better team than the Bengals. I think they're a better team.
See, the Bengals upgraded their line, which makes them even way scarier now.
To me, that we're doing the Bengals next.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, I mean, the Bengals at least, the difference between the Ravens and the Bengals is defense. Because I know the Ravens are still going to score points. I know they're going to score points.
I mean,
but the Bengals defense,
too,
like they were hot at the right time, but they're a very inconsistent unit. And I didn't see enough of an upgrade on that end.
To me, like I have them as legit Super Bowl contenders again because I think Burrow is that guy. I mean, that was his first full season. And it's like you upgraded your offensive line. You're returning your entire offensive core. Jamar Chase is now that dude. T. Higgins ain't a slouch. So, I mean, like, CJ Uzoma played well last year. He's still with them, isn't he?
No.
No, he left.
He's a Jet.
The Jets.
Yeah.
Who's their tight end?
It's actually Hayden Hurst.
Hayden Hurst. And he's serviceable.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I'm big on the Bengals. I really like Joe Burrow.
I mean, 10-7. They were a surprise team, a surprise Super Bowl appearance.
I mean, they almost won the Super Bowl and he got sacked 8 times.
I already said they should have won that game. They blew that game. That last drive, they could have won on that last drive. They blew.
know.
They took Joe Mixon off the field.
Which is ridiculous.
It's unbelievable.
Joe Maine Mixon.
The most important the most important moment of the entire season comes down to Samaje Perine, who could have caught that ball.
I know. He almost
could have
did.
caught the ball. But Samaje Perine's on the field for the final 2 downs. That's Zach Taylor's fault. That's unacceptable. Joe Mixon would have got that first down on the rush. Joe Mixon probably would have caught that ball too. Just saying.
FR.
But I didn't hear your ranking, Nick. Did you say it? I don't know.
I got playoff runners.
Yeah, me too.
Experience matters, especially since they were in it last year. I think they could win a playoff game, make some noise, and who knows? They can end up right back into the AFC Championship game right before our eyes, and then who knows who they play after that. So, but that's my outlook on them. Playoff runners.
I got playoff runners too, and literally it's because of the defense. Like if they can play like they did towards the end there, the entire season, okay. Like it's a really young unit. The whole team is young. I mean, their young core is phenomenal. The offensive line is way improved, but offensive lines like that, all right, it's a new unit, 3 new faces. Like I expect them to take some time to gel. I don't think it's going to affect the offense that much because they're just really good. I'm just waiting for them to take a leap, though. I want them to become more of a passing team than a running team. And literally 3/4 of the season last year, they were a running football team. I want to see them make this Joe Burrow's team.
They can now.
And when they do that, I might say more. I might say that they are a Super Bowl contender because I want them to be that team. I think that he's ready to go. And, I mean, you could argue they got the best skill position talent in the whole league. So I think they're going to be on fire on the offensive end. Just might take a few weeks for the offensive line to gel. So, anyway, that's the AFC North. And Godfather was saying the Bengals got lucky, Ravens this year. Well, I don't think that they got lucky. They had a great season. But I do think it is going to be the Ravens this year.
Hell no.
I do think so.
Cat.
We're gonna see.
The God Cat. Or the Cat Favre. What sounds
He's
better?
big on the Ravens.
The cat Favre is fucking disrespectful as hell.
All right.
Cat Favre.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Wild.
Last but not least, we got the NFC North. Philly Phil, if you want to change up some music. All right. NFC North. We'll start at the bottom. I feel like we're going to have a couple of debates here, especially me and Pauls.
I don't know why.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Let's just let it be natural, okay? Chicago Bears. This one is probably the easiest of the bunch.
What's beneath purgatory?
You really think it's that bad?
I think they are.
It's that bad to you.
I think they're in serious trouble because they did nothing to help Justin Fields. They hired a defensive coach, and Their best players, their best wide receivers, Darnell Mooney. You lost Allen Robinson. David Montgomery is not getting younger. I feel like and I think he's in a really tough position.
I feel bad for Justin Fields because how do you get a fair evaluation of this guy? He did actually show he has a level of talent, but like
He can't even go out to
it.
dinner because he has to study his playbook.
That's crazy.
That's what he says. I didn't like him since that comment.
I'm going with purgatory as well. It's a shame. It's a shame. I mean, they won 6 games last year, and they did everything possible to get worse. I feel like they stripped down the whole franchise.
Exactly, perfect.
They stripped down the whole franchise. I mean, this was a competitive franchise for the last several years. So it's weird, man. I don't know what their plan is.
This is purgatory. You could keep moving.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Chicago.
I don't know what their plan is. That's the part that, like, I'm perplexed. I really genuinely have no idea what their plan is.
What's the direction?
Seriously. No, it is what it is.
We're going to draft a quarterback, and then we're going to tear the whole thing down.
It's not even that, dude. They signed fucking Andy Dalton last year in that whole fiasco with him and Justin Fields, and it's like, bro, like if you're gonna draft a quarterback that high and you're already like in rebuild mode, just play him. What is Andy Dalton going to teach him?
Exactly. And when
What is he going to teach him,
By
bro?
the way, Nick,
He's not there to teach him, bro. He's here to compete and beat him out for the job because he wants a starting spot in the NFL. That's the whole point. He's not there to coach him. Fuck that. So why the fuck would you hire Andy Dalton and then you tweeted out QB1 when you signed him? Come on, man. What the fuck are we talking about?
That's
What the fuck
wild.
are we talking
I know.
about,
I forgot
man?
about that. They did do that.
Like, what are we doing?
Yo, Nick, and to,
I'm sorry.
Purgatory.
They're trash.
Not for nothing, Nick, but once the kid does come in and play, structure the offense around his strengths.
Yes.
They didn't let him get out of the pocket at all.
He
How
has
long
to get
did
out
it
of the
take
pocket. He has to
for them to figure it out?
He has to escape the pocket. I agree with that.
It's unbelievable. So Matt Nagy, I can't believe it. I was surprised because I actually thought he was a pretty good coach.
We were talking about it.
We were with him in Philly. I thought he was a bright guy.
Me too, because he made the playoffs twice with Mitchell Trubisky.
So maybe he bit off more than he could chew. You know, he should have ceded play calling duties sooner. You know, like I don't know. Anyways, the Bears. We're wasting our time. All right, the Detroit Lions. It's getting interesting. They play with passion. They play with passion.
They're middies. They're good though.
That's a good thing for them.
That's what I'm saying. That's good for them. They're not a playoff team. They're not dead though.
I agree with you, Paul. They're middies.
They're gonna be. I think they're gonna be a fun team. Like you're not gonna walk into that game thinking like, we're gonna blow them out like you are with the Bears.
They're gonna bite your kneecaps.
Yeah.
They might fuck around and win 7 games.
I fuck with Dan Campbell.
I absolutely believe they can. And here's the crazy thing: for all the wild shit that dude did in that interview, the team actually looks like they play for him.
Oh, they love him. How could you not want to run through a wall for that guy?
I know.
That's what Joe Judge should have been, Nick.
His facial hair.
Right? Can you at least agree with that? That's what Joe Judge should have been. He didn't have the respect. They respected Dan Campbell.
Who the fuck will respect Joe Judge?
I was just saying, like, you know, the emotions parallel. I think Joe Judge is poo.
Yeah, he's garbage. He's garbage.
Like I said, if you don't have that it factor, bro, I've already screened this.
Yeah.
But Dan Campbell's got it. And they have a load of talent. I mean, they've been drafting really well.
He's perfect for the Motor City.
You got Jamison Williams. Did I miss something there?
He's perfect for the Motor City. He is, dude.
You could write that down, Phil, just in case.
Say it again.
Perfect.
Perfect for the
City.
Motor City. Or you could put Motor City. Anyway, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamison Williams whenever he returns, TJ Hawkinson. This offensive line is also one of the best in the whole league, and it never gets talked about.
I know.
One of the sleeper offensive line units. They can run the football better than anybody. They just got that big question mark at quarterback. The defense is getting a little bit better. So, I mean, they got a case here. They could be a surprise. They're going to be competitive.
They 100% are.
And Jared Goff, I mean, look, I'm out on him, but he had some moments last year. He had some moments.
Yo,
Like,
in the
he's
beginning,
fine when everything is perfect around him. And it's not so bad for him.
in the beginning of the season, they were losing games that they really could have won.
Oh, yeah. Well, they did that for a living for their existence.
It's just like I feel like last year they were losing in like the final seconds
yeah.
against the
They
Ravens.
were competitive last year.
Yeah.
They just only won 4 games.
So
right?
what?
4 games?
So what?
3 games. Excuse me.
What was the record of the wild card teams last year?
On the NFC side, the Eagles got in with the lowest record of 9-8.
I might go close but no cigar on this one. I think they're going to be really competitive. Like,
Oh, wait,
and I
I'm cool with that.
Like if they, I think they can probably win 7 games.
That's what we were just saying.
Yeah, I don't got a gripe with
The
it.
over under is 6. I think they can go over that. I think they're going to get 7 to 8. So that would put you at close but no cigar.
Shall we look at their schedule?
Fringe playoff team.
Bring up their schedule real fast.
Yeah,
I'm actually
bringing
intrigued
it
by
up
it.
now.
Their offense is actually loaded.
All right, I got it.
Skill position.
Eagles, Commanders, Vikings, Seahawks in the first 4. I mean, they could fuck around and go 2-2 right there.
Then you got the Patriots. That's 3-2.
Patriots
Whoa.
on the road, Cowboys on the road, Dolphins, Packers. They got the Bills later in the year. I mean, you could see possibly 7 wins here.
I see the Giants. I see
Got
the
the
Bears. I
Jets.
see the Jags.
Actually, that's an interesting one. I'm looking forward
Maybe
to Lions
Vikings won.
versus Jets. Lions versus Jets actually is going to be a fun game because they profile as like the same 2 teams for me.
The battle of the buttest.
They're ascending, and it could go pretty fast for them. I mean, a couple of pivotal guys.
I don't know. I can see maybe 7 games here. 7, 8 games. So for me, that's close but no cigar.
You played the Bears twice.
Lions are garbage.
I mean, look, they need a quarterback. If they can have a franchise quarterback, they can change things over there. But I think Jared Goff can win games.
So do I.
He's been serviceable.
He's
when
been to a
has
Super Bowl.
everything
They made the
perfect.
Super Bowl. That's not easy.
I would have liked for them to bring in a quarterback to develop, and they did not. So that's a shame. You got Tim Boyle and David Blow.
David Blau. Oh, Jesus. Blow.
Yeah, I said blow on purpose. I'm not going to lie. Anyway, so there is the Detroit Lions. Interesting team. Keep an eye on them. All right. The Minnesota Vikings. We know Pauls loves this team because he's got them in a division. Are you sure? I mean, it's not official yet. You can always change.
10 toes down, baby. Oh, man. That's not even a debate in my head.
Wow. So what tier are they in?
Who, the Vikings?
Yeah.
They are in the playoffs.
Okay. Fair.
I think they're going to be a really strong team, but they're not going to make noise with Kirk Cousins.
I like that this offense is going to probably cater to his strengths. I think he's going to have a huge year.
So do I.
But I mean, he already does statistically have huge years. I just think that you will probably see the best of him.
100%.
What is his best
Playoffs.
enough? I don't know.
Playoffs.
You got him playoffs?
Yeah, I think they'll make the playoffs this year. They're due. I mean, last year they lost a lot of close games, and their net total.
Mike Zimmer was
their
booed.
net total for the entire year was -1. So they were pretty much like even,
Which
Yeah.
is Kirk Cousins.
were-
59 and 59.
which is crazy.
8 and 9, they were in the conversation. They just didn't step up when it mattered.
Didn't you actually say last year they were like your surprise team that could have made the playoffs as a wild card? You said that.
I was saying they had enough. Yeah, I think I did say that. Well, I know I said that. I just don't remember the timing. I might have said that early on too.
That was last summer.
Yeah, I think it was in the summer.
Yep.
So, I'm going to say this year they get over the hump. I say playoffs. I think they're going to get the 7 seed. I think they're just going to get a wild card. Because you know what? I like I said, I'm down on the Cowboys this year. I think they get in over the Cowboys. I think they get in over the Commanders, the Saints. And that's it. That's probably their competition. Unless you want to
Saints.
throw the Lions and Panthers in there.
The Saints are my sleeper team.
The Saints have it all, man.
They ain't doing shit.
They went 9-8 last year,
We'll see.
despite everything. They
They're
went
gonna be
9-8.
tough, bro.
Not doing shit.
They're gonna be a tough team.
Not doing
Yeah, well,
shit.
guess what? They did have the second highest strength of victory in the NFC last year. I mean, they won some big games.
They're battle tested.
Who was their coach last year?
What's that?
Who was their coach last year?
I can't even focus right now. What's that?
Did I miss something there?
Yeah, I think you did, but go ahead.
I thought you were being sarcastic.
Who was their coach last year? The Saints.
Sean Payton?
He's still there?
No.
Okay, they're not gonna be the same team.
All right. Well, the guy that stepped in,
Yeah.
he shut out Brady.
Yeah.
That's very good.
As a defensive coordinator, only focusing on defense.
But
When you got to run the whole.
No, he was the head coach for that game because Sean Payton was out for COVID.
It was one game.
So he replaced him. They still responded, and then they shut Brady out. That's pretty good.
Oh my God. It's one game. They're garbage.
Okay. I'm judging off that game. That's all I can judge off of. How do you know he's going to be garbage?
He was the head coach of the Oakland Raiders and was garbage.
Whoa, Dennis
Allen was garbage for the Raiders.
He was pretty bad.
I mean, but he's been a hell of a coordinator.
He's been a good coordinator.
In the Saints,
yeah, exactly.
He's
been great.
So we'll see. Like I'm not
You're
going
right
to just
about that,
say
though.
he's going to be trash all of a sudden.
Well,
he's
Matt
inheriting.
Nagy was a good coordinator with Kansas City. Joe Judge was a good
Yeah,
coordinator
but
in Philly.
he wasn't in the building.
Josh
Like,
McDaniels he's getting another chance.
Dennis Allen's been in this building, and he was hopefully learning something from Sean Payton.
But again, here's the thing: it's an offensive league. And
Yeah, well,
it's a
that-
defensive coach like
and-
Josh McDaniels, when he was in Denver, he was trash, and then he went back to New England. But the thing is like at least he's an offensive guy. Like yeah, the Saints defense is probably going to be great next year, but their offense, like you don't have a very good quarterback. Your best wide receiver is on sabbatical.
But they've won games with Jameis last year. Like,
Look, he was doing
this-
all right last year. It's
what
just
you
it
just
was Sean
said.
Payton.
What you just said is exactly why they're not getting in for me. They're going to be close, but no cigar. That's what I said with the Saints. I think the Vikings are going to score a ton because they've already shown that they're going to score points, and they're probably going to score more this year. They're going to score points. Their defense, though, has been in sharp decline for a while, and they got a lot of aging guys over there, and they have not really done much to improve the unit. So offensively, I expect them to score a ton of points. I don't expect the Saints to score enough. That's like the differentiator. And they're my two teams that are right on that 7 bubble. Pause. and and the Cowboys, I mean, I like the Vikings offense a lot better. We're talking about two offensive teams. I like the Vikings offense a lot better right now. Period.
They got Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook. Their offense is loaded.
Adam
KJ
Thielen
Hamler.
can still
Thielen.
play.
I mean, KJ Osborne.
Osborne.
Adam Thielen can still play a lick.
I think Osborne's going to be the number 2 this year. I like him. I think he's
Well,
good.
I
man.
mean, look, he'll be.
Nah,
He
Adam
should be
Thielen's
decent,
still
but
there.
it's gonna be Thielen.
he gets hurt, though. Don't touch my mic.
I was trying to get a fly off.
Rock my mic.
Relax over there.
All right, and this is the interesting one. I'm not sure what everyone's gonna say here, but this is a good one to end the team tiers segment on. Okay, the Green Bay Packers, who've had an explosive offseason. In some ways explosive, but in some ways very quiet too. In a good way, I would say. It depends on who you're talking to, I guess. So, who wants to lead off? I mean, I know Pauls hates this team. They're not getting into playoffs,
No,
are they?
I don't
Are they
hate
going to
it.
get a wild card at least?
I got him like.
Like, you got to at least give me that. All right, you
Look,
don't have to.
out of
Actually, I don't want to
respect-
sway you.
out
No,
of-
don't say it.
I got the playoffs.
I have
you
the
go.
playoffs. Out of respect for Aaron Rodgers, because he can play in the. And my problem with Aaron Rodgers isn't the regular season, it's the postseason. I'm dead serious. So I think that he can. I'm going to say playoffs, but it's just because I have a little bit of respect for him, like a smudge.
That's okay.
But but money on the table right now, the Vikings are the better squad.
Yeah, but why? I want to know why.
It's offense, man. It's an offensive league. And to me, like Aaron Rodgers, when he has to play from behind, when he's down 10, I don't like him. He has bad body language. He's a bad leader. And
but that's the thing is he's always playing from ahead.
he's not going to be this year. That's not happening. That's not happening. It's not.
So that's your different. Like
You don't
that's what
think
makes the
they're going to
difference for
score
you.
points though?
So you trust Kirk Cousins down 10 over Aaron Rodgers.
With Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, and Adam Thielen, yes, I do. Because, again, like, if you're down 10 and you're Aaron Rodgers with 5 minutes to go, you have no chance to win. You have no chance. Who is he throwing to that can make a play? Like Alan Lazard had 40 catches last year. That's your number one? A guy that had 40
I agree.
catches.
Well, that's definitely a fair argument right there.
So-
like, if there's anything bad about this team, there's only one thing.
and here's the
It's
thing.
the wide receiving core,
And that's the only issue that
which
I'm
is
having.
a giant question mark.
And they lost their offensive coordinator, who Aaron loved. He throws
I'm not
them.
worried about that. I mean, Matt LaFleur is an offensive guy. Like, they
We're
all
going to
work
find
together.
out. We're going to find
And
out.
Aaron Rodgers is a coordinator himself, literally.
He is, but like I said, he don't really and like to me, Aaron Rodgers don't like to take big chances. He does when he's starting
I
with
think he
Devontae
does.
Adams. When he's starting with Devontae Adams.
I think he does.
Who does he take a big
I think
chance
he's
to?
conservative in the fourth quarter because he's always protecting leads. But he's shown he's willing to make that big play.
Yeah, when
He's
it's
always
Devontae
aggressive.
Adams.
I don't think so.
He's not aggressive?
Oh, yeah.
No way. That's why his touchdown to interception ratio is so good.
I
because
wish
he's
I
not
saved
aggressive.
this stat for you because I just read this literally.
My stats are my eyes.
I got to question those eyes because I'm saying I'm going to
this is
stick with my
2020.
rankings. I'm going to stick with my rankings, to be fair. All right. I see, Nick, you had the Packers at number 6. I had the Packers at number 4. Oh, this is June, as of June 1st, okay? You had the Packers at number 6. Mike didn't even have them in the top 10. I had the Packers at number 4, and I might be willing to bump them down a couple of spots. But remember, that was post-draft. And I'm okay with it. I think they're legit Super Bowl contenders, and here's why. I literally think that they might be the best team on paper outside of wide receiver. Wide receiver's huge, but I still think this team's going to find ways to score points because they got Aaron Rodgers. And they're going to have a lethal run game. Their offensive line, which was injured last year, you're getting back David Bakhtiari. I know he's actually hurt right now.
I was just going to say,
on the
he's
pup
hurt.
list.
But I mean, everyone goes on the pup list right now. If he's on the pup list to enter the season, then I'm worried. Everyone goes on it right now. I mean, Christian Watson's on it right now. He's supposedly going to be their number 1 receiver. Now, I do worry about that, by the way, because he's going to miss some reps, but I don't know when he's coming back. All I'm saying is the rest of the roster is absolutely loaded, top to bottom. Every single tier of defense is loaded. Everything else about the roster is perfect. Like this team, if they go out and make a free agent addition like a Will Fuller right now, oh my God. And I actually think it makes total sense too. Like Will Fuller, Odell Beckham Jr., if just one of them goes to this team, like I'm even more convinced.
Oh, no.
I think that they might be the best roster in football outside of that one position group.
So let me ask you a question. I mean, number one, I think wide receiver is arguably one of the most sacred groups right now. You need to have a good group of wide receivers. I mean, you at least need to have one, not named Christian Watson.
Well, we just don't know. It's just a giant question mark. Right
and then my second
don't
thing
know
is
this.
one thing I'm genuinely curious about. I'm not even throwing shade. How do you actually watch last season in that playoff game and say that they could score? Like I don't get it. They scored like you. Everybody makes
that
fun.
game was a fucking mess though, all the way around, and they're playing in snow. It was a mess.
The team that
special teams won the game.
No, the team that beat them.
Special teams won the game.
The team that beat them was from San Francisco, and you're talking about snow.
I hear you on that. I hear you. I get that point. It's one game. They had a bad game, Mike.
It always happens, though.
But that's all you need.
That's all
The
it
guy
happens.
still won a Super Bowl, and he's won back-to-back MVPs. I'm not going to question how they're going to score points.
I had my permit.
I think that this guy is still going to be able to find a way to score points in this offense. It's just going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be passing primarily. And it really, I mean, you could argue it hasn't been. It's been pretty balanced the last couple of years. That's why he's so efficient. The numbers are incredible because he's got that kind of support from the run game. The defense was underrated last year. The defense is loaded now, though. You just got 2 first-round picks in the middle, which is what their only issue was. You get Jair Alexander back. You might have the best secondary in football with him and Amos, and you're like 4 deep at corner. Then you got a massive pass rush, arguably the most underrated.
I don't see it. I mean, we're talking about Alan Lazard and Christian Watson, and you're saying they're the best team on paper. I mean,
no, I said outside of that group. You gotta remember that. And I know it's an important position in football. I'm not going to question a team that goes out and the amount of points that they score every year.
The tight ends are pretty garbage.
Well, again, I mean, they're counting on Robert Tonyan to come back, and the guy can play. They didn't even use him last year.
I'm telling you, man.
And he got hurt.
They're going to a gunfight with super soakers.
They're the overwhelming
trouble.
favorite to win the division right now.
People are going to lose a lot of money. And Vegas is going to have a new casino with all the people putting money on there because they are out of their minds. Like this, it's crazy, man. And everybody thinks like I hate on Aaron Rodgers. The dude doesn't produce in fucking playoffs. Like it is, the evidence is there. I don't care about WAR. I don't care about VORP. I don't care about any statistic that's thrown out there. The dude doesn't produce in playoffs.
But he still won a Super Bowl. And that can't be said about a number of the teams that you have in the playoffs ready to make a run.
But
he won a Super Bowl
12 years
I get
ago.
It. I hear you.
It's
He should have more than one.
It's irrelevant.
But he still won one.
No, he shouldn't have won another one. He should have got to one.
I agree.
Yeah,
But he still won one.
He hasn't even gotten there.
But he still won one.
Like I said, Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow. Jimmy G has been the one more recently. It's just,
But
how
did
do
he
you
win one?
But you can't even get lucky enough to get there.
That's how it happens. Dan Marino didn't win one. He's in my top 5 all time.
I know it was a really bad list. I understand.
I don't think so.
I'm
I
just
think, as far as I remember the audience agreeing with me, having him in the top 5.
look.
You had John Elway in there, and he had a number of bad years.
How many Super Bowls he got?
Bad.
How many Super Bowls he got?
I hear you.
But he's been there. Like
He had some bad years.
That's why
though.
Dan
like
Marino's not-
bad.
who? Oh,
John Elway
I
had
know.
some bad years sprinkled in there, and mind you, he's in my top 7, I think.
But here's the thing, though.
Top 6?
He's been to more than one. Anybody can make one Super Bowl. Like
just
Eli
saying.
Manning has been to 2.
He still won one. He still won one.
He won one in 2010, and he's never gotten back. He has a 15-1 season and 3 MVPs since,
I hear you. Listen,
and he can't get there. It's just
I would
and
love
then,
to have more.
And then he lost his best guy, and we're talking about they're just gonna just roll on.
Yeah,
Everything's
I
gonna
just-
be
It's
cool.
one player.
I'm right with you. Though. I don't see Super Bowl contenders. I mean, when you lose Devontae Adams, a guy who's in the best at his position, in the most, probably one of the most important positions now in these days in the NFL, like you got to have a dynamic wide receiver to compete. Because a lot of these teams either have a wide receiver 1 or 2 wide receivers and a tight end. So you got to have somebody on the outside. The fact that they lose them, to me, that is going to like really affect their offense. I mean, I understand what you mean. I think what Mikey P is saying is that they're going to be running the football a lot more. They got Aaron Jones, they got AJ Dillon, which they were both really effective last year combined.
So Aaron Rodgers can't throw them to a Super Bowl, is what we're saying.
That's not
He's
what
a
I'm-
game manager.
No, but he's saying as an overall
No, listen
team,
to this,
he's
listen
saying,
to
He's
this.
saying their roster is strong, but their wide receivers are garbage. That's what he's saying. He's saying,
And I'm not even saying I'm not going to say they're garbage. They're significantly worse than last year. However,
Garbage, bro.
they're garbage compared to last
they're
year.
one of the weaker units.
They
in
have
the
the
league.
worst
They
wide
lost
receiving corps in the
Valdez.
NFL.
They lost Valdez.
You could make an argument that it is.
They're
and
the worst
I
wide
wouldn't have a
receiving
problem with it. But also, that's based on 2 giant question marks. We don't know what Christian Watson's going to be. And is Sammy Watkins ever going to stay healthy? I don't know.
No, I'm
I
gonna
doubt
go
it.
say no.
I doubt it. But they have a second rounder there who's been sitting there waiting to be used in, let me see, Amari Rodgers. I mean, who knows? You never know what's going to happen. They drafted another guy, too. And I don't even really care who it was. It's not enough, but I'm just saying they're giant question marks. And I don't think they're done adding at the position. I can't see how they wouldn't go out and add like a Will Fuller when they've had interest in this
Here's
guy.
my
And they
thing.
had
But
interest
even if they add
Will
Will
Fuller
Fuller,
stinks.
I'm not even going to be like, oh my God.
He
Like,
stinks.
He does not stink.
The only-
that doesn't move the pendulum for me.
He had
For
one-
me, though.
It
For
would,
me.
it would be a lot, though. That's a significant upgrade for that room. The guy
the
is
room is so
very
big.
good.
I don't
know, man.
The guy's
I
very
can't
good
buy
when he
that.
actually does play.
He only
and
played-
I'm saying they're a Super Bowl contender right now with their current group because of the way they're going to play. Obviously, the style that they played the last several years, it didn't work in the playoffs, like you said. Who's to say that they don't go in the playoffs and they control the clock, they run the hell out of the football, they have effective play action, and then the best defense possibly in the league.
They can't have an
That's a
effective play
recipe,
action.
though.
They can't have an effective play action.
Why not?
Because
they
nobody's
have a
scared
great
of the
run game.
You're not scared of your
They're
wide
not scared of
receivers.
yeah.
You're going to
You
be
don't think their run game's going to be that good?
I think it will be, but here's the
But
problem.
that opens things up. And
No, it's not.
Aaron Rodgers himself opens things up,
No,
too.
there's going to be 8 people in the box. Aaron Rodgers doesn't throw to players he doesn't trust.
That's ridiculous. That's
Did he throw
recency.
that? Did he throw that ball to Alan Lazard when he was running on the 50-yard line, wide the fuck open? No, he didn't. He threw it in the triple coverage with Devontae Adams. Why?
You're talking about one play, and you're talking about recency, and that's insane.
Yeah, because the last
I
game he
don't
played
agree
in
with
was
you
the most
there.
recent game.
But you're going off of one game.
I could go back to the playoffs the year before that, the year before that, the year before that, the year before that, the year before that.
They're not going to
the year before
go.
that.
They're not going to go from a 13-win team and be just in the playoffs. There's no way.
They're
They
not-
got better at every single position except for that one.
And it's important.
It
The
is
over and under
important.
is
I'm
10
not
wins.
minimizing it.
Their over and under is
Right
10
now-
wins because
right
they're the best
now-
team in football.
They're over. They're over unders 10.
10 wins, yes, because
I feel pretty good about that then. They literally play the Chicago Bears and Detroit Lions in 4 games. The Lions aren't going to suddenly go out there and beat the Packers. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying
I like
Green Bay's
them
going to
too.
be bad. I just don't see Super Bowl contenders. I don't think they're going to be a bad team. I think they're going to be a.
Well, yeah, you had them number
I think
6
they're
on your
going to be.
list.
I think they're
so
going to
they're
be a strong
obviously
team.
good.
They're going to be a strong
Yeah.
team. Yeah, I agree with you.
I wish they had
just-
one more receiver. I totally agree with you guys.
It's the Super Bowl contenders thing that I just can't see, especially losing Devontae Adams.
It's just a
If
different
they
recipe.
had Devontae Adams, yeah, of course you have to respect that.
It's like you're taking out the lemon pepper and you're putting in something more dry. That's all. It's dry, it's boring, but guess what? It's been a tried and true method for for the eternity of the NFL. It might not be today's game, but I don't think their pass game is going to be that awful enough to bog it down, is what I'm trying to say. I think they're still going to be able to put up points. It's just not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. It's going to be a different look for you.
I think their defense is actually going to keep them in a lot of games.
Oh, I guarantee you
I
that.
think their defense is going to help them out big time.
They're not going to not
disagree.
score points.
Because their defense is going to be on the field a lot because they're going to struggle to convert on third downs because they don't have any wide receivers and pass catchers that scare you. They don't. There's not one person you look on their wide receiver or tight end and you're like, all right, we got a game plan against him. No, it's two guys. It's A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones. And then
But
after
we
that,
also
it's a bunch of
don't know
names.
that yet, though. It's a question mark. And if Christian Watson can just do enough to make you respect his wheels, it'll serve enough of a purpose because you
But
can't
he could also
suddenly
be Jalen Reagor.
You can't suddenly just leave him out there because he's got size and speed. You can't just suddenly leave him alone out there. If he can just take the top off the defense, that's going to do astronomical things for this offense.
He could be a bust too.
He could be a bust, but if you're just asking him to run down the field and spread the field, I don't see why he can't do it.
Jalen Reagor couldn't.
Jalen Reagor's also literally, 5'8", 5'9"? Christian Watson's a big dude, man. He's huge. And it's a stretch. I'm not asking him to be a fucking wide receiver one. I'm just asking him to stretch the field.
I don't know, man. I don't see it with the Packers.
It's big question marks at the wide receiver.
I just
Listen, if they made any upgrade to this offensive, to this wide receiver room right now, I'd have absolutely, I already feel confident about this team. But man, if they had made one more move there, and I don't know how good this fourth round kid's going to be. I have no idea how Christian Watson's going to be.
And the thing is too is to me, Will Fuller is just like Sammy Watkins. They play 3 games and then they're hurt.
No, here's my thing.
If
Will Fuller's that dude,
Will Fuller
he's not
quit
on the street.
last year.
He's not on the street
Let's be
right
real.
now.
He was on the sauce.
He quit last year, basically.
Wasn't he on the
Listen.
sauce?
I don't even know.
Listen, if Will Fuller was that dude, he would be on the roster right now.
Will Fuller's
Will
not.
Fuller
he's
is waiting
ass.
for training camp injuries.
He shouldn't have to if he's that dude. That's what I'm saying.
Some
If
people do that, though.
But what I'm saying
Some
is,
people do it.
If he's
I
walking
hear
on
you.
the Packers, he ain't changing life for them.
He was suspended because he was on roids.
I
I
just don't
remember
believe
that,
it.
and that was his only healthy year. Was the year he was on the sauce. Every other year he's been hurt. He didn't do nothing for Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson was
I
4-12 with him.
I agree. I agree.
That
with you, bro.
was once though.
I'm with
And he
you.
was
Hey,
very good that
I'm
year.
with you,
and he
bro.
was very good that year. He
Who?
actually played like a number 1 that year. Will Fuller.
Because he was on steroids. That was 2020.
Well, do we know that? 'Cause
Yes, he was
if that's
suspended
the case,
for it.
can
He
we-
was, 'cause I actually
but
had him in
can we
fantasy.
say that about
I had him in
DeAndre
fantasy.
Hopkins then? Because he
What?
just got suspended. Was he good because he was on roids or whatever the fuck he's
That
been
was the
on?
first. This was his first one. When he was
But
in
I'm just saying.
Houston.
I'm just saying. We can't just say suddenly he's going to be bad.
Who?
Will Fuller.
But he's
He
always
did
been
go
ass.
crazy. He did
I'm
go
just
crazy
saying.
on
He
that
went
year,
fucking
though.
crazy that
It was
year.
his only healthy year. Was the year he was on steroids.
That was the most recent full season. Last year, I don't even count
He
last
did
year.
go crazy
Last year,
on them
he
roids, yo.
literally.
He was balling the fuck out.
He was, and then in week 8 or 9, it was like Will Fuller's been suspended for the rest of the season.
He
for
was
steroids.
All
shit.
they
on
need him for
everybody,
was the
bro.
playoffs anyway. He never started more than 13 games this season.
I think it was
He
2019.
started 11, 2 in a row, and then Miami, that was a whole fucking debacle. But, I mean, he had 8 touchdowns and 879 yards in 11 games in 2020. He was fucking amazing.
I think that was the year.
That was the steroid year.
That was the steroid year.
Maybe.
He went banana land, and then you never saw him again because
went
he's
crazy,
garbage.
yo.
I can't believe you're saying he's garbage. Like, unreliable? Okay, I could hear you on that.
didn't say-
unreliable.
But he's not garbage. He's
say,
really good.
I didn't say he's garbage, but he's not changing
No,
the
but he
life for
did.
Green Bay Packers.
He might.
Don't
No,
hold-
he wouldn't.
I'll say unreliable. I won't go as garbage because I think he's a good wide receiver. You just can't trust him. He's Sammy Watkins Jr.
He's not reliable. I'm with you.
Sammy Watkins is good. Sammy Watkins is
talent,
talented
Yeah,
as
he
shit.
is.
The
But that's the
talent's
thing. Is
there,
like
but-
there's a giant question mark again. What if this guy does stay healthy? Because
They should call Josh Gordon.
3 years ago, everybody was saying the same shit about Keenan Allen. Everybody.
Not me. I love Keenan Allen.
Everybody was saying it about Keenan Allen staying on the field. I'm just saying, you never know. So, it's hard to predict injury. I'm not counting on Sammy Watkins, but I know he can still play when he is on the field. And the only time I need him on the fucking field is the playoffs. I don't need him the whole year.
Did he play in the
This
playoffs?
team's going to get in the playoffs. If they get there and this guy's healthy for the playoffs, I'm cool.
I mean,
Because I know he's good.
But bro, we're talking about Sammy fucking Watkins.
I know we
dog.
are.
What are
and
we
he's
talking
not,
about?
Listen, he could literally
Like,
sit
he
out for
is
fucking
not
14
good, bro.
games.
But he's
not
not
good.
good.
He's not good.
Sammy Watkins.
Should I bring up his separation stats?
You could do whatever you want. All I know is when I watch Sammy Watkins, he's either in street clothes or he's
He's
not
always
getting
in
the
street
ball.
clothes. But if you watch him on the field, this guy is still good.
Was he on the Chiefs last year?
He's just never on the fucking field.
Was he
I'm
on the
not
Chiefs
that
last
guy.
year?
No, it was the Ravens. Or was it the Ravens? Jesus. It might have been the Chiefs. I don't even fucking
know.
remember. It's always a blur because he is going to be hurt.
Or because he's middies.
But look, he starts about 9 games a season.
They're 17.
Let it be the last fucking 9.
They're 17. Yeah, that's half the season.
Good.
You know what,
Let it be
Sammy?
the last fucking
Sammy,
9.
we're
That'd
gonna
be
start
cool.
you.
But that's not a guy you want. That's not a guy that's going to elevate your game and your offense. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but the
when
Packers,
you lose Devontae Adams, you lose reliability, you lose all-star status,
Facts.
you lose everything, bro.
I won't deny that.
You lose everything at
These
that
are
position.
facts.
He's the best at his position. When
That's a
you
fact.
lose that and you didn't fill him in with anything, you're going backwards. You're not going forward.
What
What
they
did they do
did-
last year? They got into the playoffs. That's where they said, and that's where they ended.
So I guarantee. Look, we all just said they're getting in the playoffs.
They're getting in the playoffs. I agree with that. They're a playoff team. I am just not ready to put them there at the Super Bowl contenders.
That's okay.
Because I just don't see their offense competing with other high-power offenses.
That's okay.
You got to out-tour the Bucks. You got to
You
out-tour
do.
the Rams. That ain't happening.
I got to be honest.
gonna
I'm
have-
not even
they're
worried
gonna
about
have-
that. Like, they held the 49ers to 10 points. That's good.
That's-
Like,
their
Aaron
defense
Rodgers
is
should
good.
win that game.
Their defense is
Aaron
good.
Rodgers should have won that game. Agreed.
So like that's where I just get it twisted because I'm like,
There
all
were
right,
some poor decisions in that game too. It wasn't just Aaron Rodgers. It wasn't just him, but he definitely
look,
should have won that game.
that's all the way
He
around.
should have won the game.
I'll give you that because it's 7 points, so that goes to everybody.
He should have won the game. There's no question about it. I was right there with you.
You're the number 1 seed, home field advantage.
MVP.
It's snowing, and you're playing a
would've-
team from San Francisco.
MVP.
Listen, I would have liked for this team to just make one more 1-year deal with a veteran who I at least know is going to be on the field. I agree with you guys. I just think that they might have enough. It might not be there the whole season. I don't expect that out of Sammy Watkins. I mean, look, the most he started. I mean, shit.
I would sign
9
Sammy
games,
Watkins.
9 games, 13, 9, 14, 8, 13, 16.
I would sign
9
him
games.
and tell him,
So-
yo, report week 13.
There you go. That's exactly what I would fucking do.
That better not happen.
I would do it.
Go ahead and fuck
I would
around
do
and be
it.
6-8.
Yeah, and then he'll get hurt by week
Because
16.
they're gonna get in the playoffs with or without him, is what we're saying. If we expect him to not be on the field and we all have him in the playoffs, I don't need to worry about him then. They're
Slight
gonna
wild
get
card.
in.
Slight wild card.
That's insane. That is a slight.
They're a wild card team, dude. They're not a division winner.
I'll get to that when we do our divisional
They're-
pick,
they're-
but-
Yeah, you're allowed to change too. But
They're a wild card
just
team.
remember, control your emotions.
Oh, they're controlled. They're controlled. You call it shot, I call it audacious.
Well, you guys don't know who I'm picking. I might fuck around and take Detroit. But your kneecaps, cuz. What fucks up?
And on that note, we gotta go.
Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. That's it. Philly Phil.
Perfect segue. Got to get you guys off that
I
conversation.
knew we were gonna have some energy with the Packers.
That was theories.
Wow. Is that a preview?
That was theories. I'm not ashamed of my fart. I fart. I don't give a fuck.
You ripped.
Wait, that was you?
I'm a human.
Oh yeah, he ripped the leather on that
Oh,
seat.
I thought that was him.
Absolutely. I'm human. I'm not ashamed like everybody else. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
He ripped the leather.
Yeah. He walked away. Like he doesn't bust ass during the show, and I gotta smell it. I gotta taste it.
I'm back.
All right.
The hell we talking
Now
about?
that family,
Take it away.
that was the end of our team tier segment. We hope you enjoyed it. I haven't seen it done anywhere else. Well, I did actually see it. Somebody copied our ass this week. We did it like 2-3 weeks ago, and we were the only ones. So it is what it is. I'm a little salty about it, Trying to, I'm working my creative strings in my mind, and they go ahead and fucking copy me.
Get used to it. We're the fucking best.
Like, there you go. All right. So anyway,
Smells like a fucking barn in here.
things coming up are interesting with this group because that we have our division previews, we have our season-long previews, we have our futures bets, we have our division winners, our playoff picture, fucking season-long fantasy, daily fantasy. I mean, we got everything. Football cards. It's all coming up in literally the next couple weeks, and we're never gonna turn back. So, as of right now, I can tell you with certainty that we do not have a show on this Thursday, right? We confirm that, guys?
Yeah.
We're not having a show this Thursday because we won't have the whole group. But after that, the wheels are off the ground, man.
I'm going on vacation.
Yeah.
Period.
So it happens to be a good time right here. Good timing for one last day off. And then it's full steam ahead. You can expect content overload for the next 6 months with football.
We're fucking coming.
It's time. It's time. All right. So there you have it. No show on Thursday. But this show, episode 94. Correct me if I'm wrong. Nope. 94.
Not 84, Pauls.
Episode 94 was brought to you by Prize Picks, your home for daily fantasy sports. New players who sign up today using our promo code ICONIC. Receive 100% instant deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy made easy. Also, we were live at the Props Network at propshq.com, where you need to go and subscribe right now to keep up with our group. Okay? Last but not least, Fantastic Fabric.
No cat.
Brought to you by IPB Pressworks in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. We have black and gray tanks, short sleeve tees, long sleeve tees, hoodies, and we have custom mugs where you get your name on it. They are white with our logo. They're fucking fire, okay? If you need merch, DM us for pricing. We will get it over to you. We just sold out of our latest bulk order, okay? Flew off the shelves. So, still DM us. We have more shit coming in. And I believe that we're good. All right, so I'm going to pass off to Nick Theories. Thank you, everybody. No show Thursday.
Great show, guys. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate all the love, support, and the comments. If you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on YouTube. We are also available on propshq.com, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Megaphone, Stitcher,
And all that other shit.
Also, follow us on all of our socials, such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And we will see you guys next week at P&I, baby.